Okay, moles to grams. So let's say we, so calculate the mass of, really should have used an equation, NH3, that could be produced if, I don't know, 5.2 moles of N2 reacted. Okay, and we're going to use this balanced equation. So let's analyze what we're given and what we're being asked to calculate. Okay, so what number, unit, and substance are we given to start with?
5.2.
Right, so 5.2 moles of N2. Okay, so that means we're starting here. Okay, we have moles of our starting substance. And what are we being asked to calculate? Mass of NH3. Okay, so that means we need to get here. Okay, so this is N2 and substance B is NH3. Okay, so we need to analyze what steps we need to take to get there. So to remember, anytime I need to convert from moles of one substance to moles of another substance, I need my mole ratio, right? So step 1 is the mole ratio. Step 2, how do I go from moles to grams? How do I go from moles to grams?
You multiply by the molar mass.
Yeah, you use the molar mass. Good. Okay, so let's set up our little train track guy, right? And it's going to be 2 steps. Okay. So my first step is my mole ratio, right? What substance do I want on top of my mole ratio? I have 2 choices. Do I want N2 on top or do I want NH3 on top? Good. Right, which means N2 is on the bottom. Okay, let's fill in our numbers. What am I putting here? 2. And what am I putting here? 1. Good. Right, so now my moles of N2 cancel. And now I need to go from moles of NH3 to grams of NH3. Okay, so that means I need the molar mass. 17. Good. Cancel that. So the math here is going to be 5.2 times 2 times 17. Right? I only have ones in the bottom, so I don't need to divide by anything. Okay, and then how many sig figs would I want? 2. So I'm going to round this to 180 grams of NH3. Yes.
Do that.
Yes. Okay. All right, let's try another one. Any questions about those steps? And I'll go back to that in a second. Everybody looks like they're asleep this morning. Why? Shiana, why are you sleeping? On your
I'm not sleeping.
You're sleeping with your eyes open.
I wish.
Kylie is sleeping. Julia is sleeping with her eyes open. Did you guys not sleep this weekend? What happened? Boy trouble? Okay, so what number, unit, and substance do we have to start with?
1.37 moles of that.
Right, so this is what we want to start with. Okay, so that means we're starting, right? And I copied this chart from your stoichiometry packet, so maybe it'll look more familiar. Okay, so moles of given, so this is our Fe2O3. Okay, and what are we being asked to calculate?
Mass of Fe.
Mass of Fe. Good. Okay. So this is what we want is Fe. What we want to get over here, right? So let's look at our two steps that we have to do. Mole ratio and then molar mass. Okay, you comfortable with why we're following those arrows? So let's set up our train track. We're starting with 1.37 moles Fe2O3. Right, this even tells you how to set up your mole ratio. That's kind of nice, right? So we want Fe, moles of Fe over moles of Fe2O3. Okay, so what number goes here? 4 here? 2. Good. Okay, check. All right, molar mass. So now we need our molar mass of Fe. That's easy. We can just pull that right off of the periodic table, right? And what is that number?
19. No, it's 55.8.
Do you have it memorized?
I did it in a CK12 this morning.
Oh, wow. 55.85, something like that. Okay, so I can cancel moles of Fe2O3. I can cancel moles of Fe. And if I want, right, if I want to make my math easier, I can reduce that fraction to 2. So now my math is just 1.37 times 2 times 55.9. Okay, how many sig figs do I want? 3. So I'm going to round my answer to 153 grams. All right, so what I want you to try is you do number 10. This one's a little different, right? You're starting with grams and ending with moles. So see if you can map out your steps, right? That means you're going to start here and end here. Okay? So you do number 10. Anyone need help? I was doing these recordings for my AP class last week too, and all of a sudden it's recording and they all started talking about who they were beefing with, and I was like, trying to like give them signals that it was recording what they were saying. I was like, well, you were warned. Now it's out there. Hmm. What's that? 36, 44? Does that look like how you have it set up? Right? Step 1 is right here, it's your molar mass. Step 2, mole ratio. Look good? Cancel grams, cancel moles. It's about 6, I guess. Three sig figs, 6.02. Okay. Let's look at number 9. 9 is a good one. Okay, what's different about number 9? If you have 135 liters of oxygen at STP, how many grams of iron? Oh, wait. We can do this. This is a good intro. So we have 135 liters of O2. I know. It's gonna get a lot worse, I promise. And we want to calculate grams of Fe. Okay? So let's figure out where on the map we're starting with, right, which is here, right, volume of a gas, that's O2. We want to start there, and we're being asked to calculate mass, right? And mass of Fa. So how many steps is that? 1, 2, 3. Zoinks. Okay, so let's set that up. We're gonna need a little more space. liters of O2. Okay, so my first step is to use my molar volume of a gas. What's the molar volume of a gas? Right. Okay, 22.4 liters per 1 mole. Okay, what part of that do I want on top? Right, 1 mole, 22.4 liters on the bottom. Because I want to be able to cancel liters. Okay, next step is my mole ratio. And I want the substance that I'm trying to calculate on the top and what I'm starting with on the bottom. Right, so 4/3. Okay, and then last step is grams, so I need molar mass of Fe, which Eliana has memorized. 55.85 grams per 1 mole Fe. Alright, so the math here is a little more complicated, so you probably want to bring in some parentheses. Or you can just simplify the top, simplify the bottom, and then divide. But if you don't do parentheses in the denominator, if you're doing it all in one step, you're going to have an order of operations issue. But you can also go through and just like in your calculator do one step at a time. Like I would do 135 divided by 22.4 times 4 divided by 3, then times 55.85. 3 sig figs, what do you get? Okay, I know what this class needs. I know what you need. So first of all, let's just verify. Did anyone put this into their calculator and get something similar to 449? Okay. All right, so you guys are gonna have to stand up. Go ahead, I know, it hurts, it's painful, I know, okay? TikTok, so I do the old school real thing. Okay? And I'm gonna force you to do the chicken banana dance. Okay?
Banana, chicken, banana. Book a virtual lesson with me
Okay,
and
come on,
learn
we're gonna
any
learn how
dance
to
that
do
you would like
chicken
to learn
banana, okay?
online. First, before we start, this video is mirrored. And if you're enjoying this content, make sure you follow the page and
Do you
like the
guys
video.
know the
It
chicken
really
banana?
helps me out. We're gonna start this simple tutorial off
Okay,
by
ready?
going chicken, banana, chicken, banana, chicken, banana, banana, banana. Let's break it down. So for chicken, your hand just kind of goes out like this. I'm making this, little yeah.
You got it?
1, 2. So it's like your head and your hand go at the same time. 1, 2, T, T, T. 1, 2, T, T, T. 1, 2, T, T, T. T, T, T. T, T, T. And for this, hands stay together. So you want to really try to isolate just that head. T, T,
I can't
T.
do that.
T, T, T. T, T, T. Yeah? Nice and slow. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana, banana, banana. Yeah? And so I do start my head on that right side first when I bring it in. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana, banana,
I think I'm better at the
banana.
chicken, which
Then
is
you're gonna
surprising.
repeat the same thing again. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana.
Wait,
Chicken,
messed up.
banana, banana, banana. And that's
I
literally
feel like
the
I'm
whole
getting an
thing.
ab workout.
Let's do it one more time. Then we'll practice it with
You don't
music
feel it
at
in
the
your
start.
abs when you do the banana?
Chicken, banana, chicken, banana, chicken, banana, 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 chicken, banana, chicken,
Madeline,
banana,
that is not chicken banana.
banana, banana. Alright, let's practice it with the music now. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Chicken, banana, and chicken, banana, and chicken, banana, banana, banana. Again. 1, 2, T, T, T. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3. Here it is. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, T, T, T. 1, 2, T, T, T. 1, 2, T, T, T. T, T, T. T. Again. 1, 2, ta, ta, ta. 1, 2, ta, ta, ta. 1, 2, ta, ta, ta. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, ta, ta. Hey, here it is.
Oh god, I don't know if I
5,
can go
6,
faster.
7, 8. 1 and both. 1 and both. 1 and both. And both. And both. Again. 1 and both. 1 and both. 1 and both. And both. And both. Yay! Awesome! I really hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If there's another dance that you would like to learn, please let me know down below. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Huh? Do you feel happier now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicken, banana, chicken, banana, chicken, banana, banana,
Miss Kim, I think you should do it in the front of the
chicken,
class first.
banana, chicken, banana, chicken, banana, 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 chicken, banana, chicken, banana.
This just make me laugh. Okay. Oh, I forgot we were recording. Those parents are gonna be like, what? Okay. Well, Regan, she wants to learn, you know? Right, Regan? What up? Okay, so gram to gram stoichiometry.
That's my head too.
What'd you say?
Chicken. I said now that song's gonna be in my head.
Chicken, banana, chicken. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if one of your friends is eating chicken and bananas for lunch, please do the dance.
I was eating chicken.
Not like all in one dish, Kylie, like separately. Maybe they can have some chicken and a banana to go with it. I don't know. Chicken, banana.
I can try that tomorrow. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll bring it back.
Yes. Banana bread, maybe?
That sounds good.
Banana bread's so good. Okay, so gram to gram stoichiometry, we already did something similar to what this is. So this is a 3-step process. Right, and this is the most likely stoichiometry calculation that you will do, because in the lab we measure grams, right? And generally we have to express our answers in grams. So these are going to be the most common stoichiometric calculations that you do. So let's look at an example. I'm just gonna make one up because there's not a good example in here. Okay. So, how many grams of P4 would be needed to produce 100 grams of P2O5. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana. This is how we'll start identifying our starting substances and our desired substances, right? Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana. Okay? Yes, I was dropped on my head as a baby. Okay? Goodness. Okay, so here's our balanced equation. And let's map it out. Alright, so our starting substance is P2O5. Okay? And the substance that we want to calculate is which one? P4. Good. Okay, so we have to get to this step. But we're starting with grams. Right? So step 1 is converting from grams of P2O5 to moles of P2O5. Step 2 is our mole ratio, going from moles of P2O5 to moles of P4, right? And we're being asked to calculate mass. So we need to bring in that molar mass there. Okay? So let's get our little train track going here. We need 3 steps, so we need a long one. And my number, unit, and substance that I'm starting with is what? Did you just say chicken? That's right.
I said 100.
100 grams of P2O5. Chicken, banana. Alright, so first step we need our molar mass of P2O5, right? God bless you. So we have 2 P's, which are, woo, bless you.
Thank you.
31 plus 5 times 16. 62 plus 80. I think it's 142. Okay. So now I have moles of P2O5. So now I can go to my mole ratio, right? Which substance should be on the top of my mole ratio? P4. Banana. Okay, so 1 mole of this over 2 moles of this. Last step, grams. So molar mass of P4, 4 times 31, 124. Okay, so my math is going to be 100 times 124 divided by 142 times 2. Four sig figs, and I get 43.66. Right, and the units that I was trying to get to are grams P4. Okay, so why don't you guys grab some whiteboards?